Okay, you guys, grab your mats and let's go. This is going to be a level 2, and it's going to be for your sternum. So I had a car accident a couple years ago, and I have some asymmetry in my sternum, so we're going to work on that. But let's just sit cross-legged and put your thumb and index finger together, and let's just do breath of fire, please. Here we go. Really nice. And then open up your arms, please. Bring your thumbs away from each other and your pinkies away from each other. Just really stretch your hands away from each other, like your lover has your left hand, your best friend has your right hand, and you're spreading, as you bring your thumbs away from each other, you're spreading your clavicles, and that's where I have asymmetry, sadly, from a car accident. You know, I live in Los Angeles, so there's a lot of people, a lot of traffic, a lot of people rushing. So bring your pinkies away from each other. One of my favorite sayings, if it's urgent, it's not important. And if it's important, it's not urgent. So when we rush, it usually doesn't end up well. And especially as we age, I tell my clients to slow down. One of my spiritual advisors would tell me to take a couple things off my list every day. Remember that we're human beings, not human goings or human doings. I have to remind myself that every day. So as I pull my hands and arms away from each other, it really helps me get space in that area where I'm injured and have some asymmetry. Then interlace your fingertips on the crown of your head. Rest your knuckles, elbows back. That feels really good for me in my sternum. And then from here, stretch your arms up to the sky. Lift your back ribs, your side ribs. Bring your floating ribs into your body, please, and look up. Bring your upper arms right around your ears. Really nice. Stretch up. And then hands at your heart. And then we'll open up again. Stretch, stretch, stretch those arms. Hug your triceps and biceps into those upper shoulders. Interlace your fingertips again the opposite way. Rest those knuckles into the crown of the head. Push the crown into your knuckles. And then reach up to the sky. Reach up. Ground your sitting bones, please. Find symmetry between your right sitting bone and your left sitting bone. Lift your back ribs, your side ribs. Soften your floating ribs. Straighten the elbows if you can. As we age, that becomes more challenging. Stretch those wrists. I'm interlacing my thumbs, especially if you do a lot of texting. Stretch those thumb pads. Very nice. Hands at your heart. And then let's go right into puppy dog pose. So the knees are hip distance, and I'm on the tops of my feet, and I'm going to keep my buttocks in line with my knees, and I'm just going to stretch that sternum area where I'm injured, and that stretches that armpit region. Inhale. Let's do an audible exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This feels so good on my right shoulder. Really nice stretch. And usually we're tighter on one side more than the other. And as we age, there is asymmetry. Just more predominantly on some than others. I have a lot of clients with scoliosis. So straight arms, please. Ground your thumb, index, middle ring, and pinky fingers. Look up to the sky. Look up. And then look to your belly. Inhale through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. and exhale. Spine neutral. Lift your right arm and your left leg. I'm on the top of my right foot, but you can be on your toes as well. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, and imagine your friend has your right hand pulling you forward and your lover has your left foot and stretching you to get some space in that right shoulder and that left hip. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Nice. And then the other side. So bring your left hand forward, spread the fingers, and your right foot back. And imagine again that your lover has your left hand, your best friend has your right foot, creating space in that shoulder and space in that hip. Very nice. And then come on down. Let's do the other side again. So right foot forward, left foot back. Spread those fingers, spread those toes. Now here with balance, bring that right elbow to your left knee. Tap and reach out. Really nice. Tap and reach out. Tap and reach out. Bring that hand down and that knee down, and other side. Left arm forward, right foot back, and tap. Reach out. Tap. Reach out. Tap and reach out. Bring the hand and knee down. Look up. Look to your belly. Look up. Look to your belly. Look up. And look to your belly. And child's pose. Bring the buttocks to the heels if you can, if that's comfortable. Some of my clients get knee pain when they bring their buttocks to their heels, so honor yourself. Don't come all the way down if there's knee pain. Relax your forehead. Just let all of your worries, your fears, your stresses, let it all go. Breathing in and breathing out through the nose. Ujjayi breath. Trying to get that throat lock, that Jalandhara Bandha through the throat. Making that Jalandhara sound a meditation. Straight arms. Bring those fingertips away from your hips. Getting space in the shoulders, getting space in the vertebrae. Very nice. Spread your fingers, come into downward dog, please. And then here, bring those thighs back. Really push the front of the thigh into the back of the thigh. If you want to grab the mat, the outer mat, so you can open up those shoulders and especially spread through those clavicles, you can grab that mat to externally rotate your upper arms. Really externally rotate those upper arms as your thigh bones internally rotate. Nice. And then here we're going to go to straight arm plank. So make sure you spread the fingers, straight arm plank. And then here really bring those floating ribs in. Ground the thumb, index, middle ring, and pinky fingers like you're doing a handstand. Really ground those hands. Ground the thumb, index, middle ring, and pinky fingers. And also isometrically push those hands away from each other so you get space in the clavicles. So really push those hands away from each other to create width in the clavicles and width in the scapulas. And downward dog. Work those thighs back, stretch, stretch, stretch. You can look at your belly button if you like. That's with the Ashtanga way. My teacher, I studied Ashtanga in India with Batabi Joyce. And then Iyengar yoga, the ears are aligned with your upper arms. So yogi's choice. Sometimes I just like to let my head dangle. I have 3 clients who've had neck surgery, so I like just letting the head be passive to create space in that cervical vertebrae. And then from here, straight arm plank. Now here, let's try to do some mountain climbers where you bring your knees to your elbows. If you can't do the full knee to elbow, just honor yourself. You can just do little bends. But if you can bring your knee all the way to the elbow and breathe to wake up those abdominals. Really nice. Come onto your knees, cat-cow, look up. And look to your belly. Now spine neutral. Now here we're going to go into forearm plank and ground those elbows, but push those elbows away from each other again, and belly button in. And again, this is creating space for that. And see if you find symmetry, between the left and right elbows. Belly button in, thighs internally rotate, heart forward, and then slowly come down. And from here, you're going to bring your arms forward. Lift your right arm and left leg, your left arm and right leg, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. And then from here, we're going to bring our arms back and then forward, back, and 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 forward. And then cobra. Here we go. Little baby cobras. And then lift your hands and your legs like your shoulder blades are like scapulas. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, and then cobra. I like making cobra sounds. And then lift your hands and your legs. Glue the scapulas like stamps onto a letter. And then again, make another cobra sound. Here we go. Very nice. And then lift again. Lift your hands, lift your legs. Glue your scapulas like stamps onto a letter. And then cobra again. Very nice. Lift again. Really lift. This is really good for my muscles in my back. Those are considered core muscles too. Another cobra. And child's pose. Big inhale. And an audible exhale. Ah. Really nice. And then from here, come onto your knees and your toes. Hands onto your buttocks flesh. Push your tailbone down, elbows closer together, and just look up. Push your buttocks flesh down. And then from here, sit on your heels if you can, and breath of fire. And then come onto your hands and knees. Downward dog. And we're going to do some side planks because that's very good for asymmetry. So we're going to come into plank, please. Belly button in. Now here we're going to roll to the right and bring your left foot in front. Really nice. Ground your left foot. And then here you're going to bring your buttocks, your right buttocks, if this is comfortable for you, gently down. And then bring the arm over and then back down and then over and then back down and over and stretch. Really nice. And then just bring that arm up and really ground that right hand like you're doing a handstand. Straighten that right elbow as much as you can. And then from here, straight arm plank, belly button in. And then we're just gonna roll to the left. Bring your right foot forward, reach your arm up. Really reach the arm up and then bring the hip down, arm towards the floor, and then reach over. And then down. And then over. Now, if this feels uncomfortable, just stay in the first pose. Down, and then over, and then come back to plank position. Hold plank position. If you want to do those mountain climbers, right knee to right, left to left, right to right, left to left, right to right, and left to left. Come down onto your knees. Let's do dolphin pose. This is so good for the upper back. Interlace your fingertips. Come onto your tippy toes and walk your feet in. And here, look to your thumbs. Come onto your tippy toes. Bring your buttocks away from your elbows. Look at your hands. Really nice. Come onto your tippy toes. Look at your hands, push those elbows away from each other. And then from here, bring your toes back down. Look at your hands and breath of fire. Nice, this feels so good on my sternum, which has asymmetry. Now we're gonna come down. And again, reach your arms forward, lift your right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. And then from here, we're gonna lift both arms and legs and lower, and then bring your arms back and forward, back, and forward, back, and forward, back, and forward, back, and forward. And then cobra. Now here, bring your arms like a T. Open up your arms, bring your left fingertips onto the left side of the yoga mat and roll onto your right side and stretch that clavicle. That feels so good. You can be on your left tippy toes and breathe into that right clavicle. It's a nice stretch. Breathe long, and you can bring your head on a block if you want, or you can rest your head. I just like to look up. And then the opposite side, roll onto the opposite side. Bring your right tippy toes behind you and look up. Cup those right fingertips onto the yoga mat and breathe into that left sternum. This is really good. So good for my asymmetry in my sternum. I have some serious asymmetry going on, and yoga really helps. Motion is lotion. And then from here, come into a cobra. Come down, and again, bring your arms forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And see if you can grab your ankles. I like touching my big toes, so I have a point of reference, but you don't have to. You can keep your feet hip distance and pull your feet back to get a little space in your upper back. If you want to keep your big toes together, yogi's choice, and really pull those feet back to spread through the collarbones. Come on down, cobra, puppy dog pose. Take a big inhale and an audible exhale. Ah. That feels so good in my shoulder area. Come into downward dog. Pedal out your legs. Breathing. Straight legs. Come into straight arms and straight legs. And then from here, you're going to walk your feet to your hands. Go ahead and stretch. Come into a squat. Lift your heart. Really nice. Push those hands into your shins and calves. And we're going to do one table pose for your upper back. So here, bring your feet hip distance. Lift your buttocks up. Bring your knees away from your face. Buttocks up to the sky. Push those feet into the earth. Lift your buttocks and just drop your head back. And stretch your neck. Straight arms like you're doing handstand. Push those elbows straight. Ground your thumb, index, middle ring, and pinky fingers. Ground your feet. Come down and come into Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on your heart, one on your belly. And go back to one of your favorite memories. Under the age of 10. Breathing in and breathing out, just see what you saw. Hear what you heard and feel what you felt as if you were there right here, right now. Go back to that memory. Your cells are smiling, your heart is smiling, your soul is smiling. A merry heart doeth good like medicine. Our minds have a negative bias, so we have to work more consciously on having a positive bias. We have 70,000 thoughts in one day, and 80% of those for most of us are negative. So it's really important to be conscious of our unconscious thoughts and go back to all those beautiful moments that we've had. Getting our first bike ride, going to the beach for the first time, or hiking in the mountains for the first time, or picnicking by a lake, watching a butterfly or a hummingbird. Go back to those beautiful memories, because remember, our brains often have a negative bias. So we're going to erase and replace, mastering our thoughts, mastering those 70,000 thoughts in one day, so we become the master of our lives. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the rise and fall of your belly, the expansion and contraction of your ribs, and if you want to straighten your legs, do so. And just stay here for as long as you would like. Let go and dream and drift and drop. Dream and drift and drop. Dream and drift and drop, and stay there as long as you would like. Letting go, breathing in peace, exhaling stress, breathing in love, exhaling fear, breathing in awe, exhaling any negativity. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing and sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. And remember, I do the Real Love Lounge the first Sunday of every month on my YouTube channel. So come join us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. Mwah.